All right, it's Wednesday, November 9th. This is the pre-opening SPY report about an hour to go before trading begins. And we are at a very interesting point here where the pre-market action by these blue lines is right in the middle of yesterday's bar. So what we want to see at the open is if we can break below this blue line and then continue and then set up a two down day. Breaking the low of yesterday. If that happens, we have a simultaneous low, green bar here where the weekly chart turns red momentarily. Again, weekly chart still inside of last week, so we don't know really how we're going to get out of last week's bar at the moment, but we do have a potential. If we get a two down here, you can see on the daily chart one, two, three, four pivots in a row, and that's like a pivot machine gun type of look where any break below here can start triggering stops. Then if we break below this area right here, that's the weekly low of last week, and all of a sudden we start getting a 3-2 down week continuation lower possibly. And we have this quarterly line here, which is green at the moment, but this ultimately, if we get down here, the whole quarter turns red, and there may be a strong possibility that we just broaden out to the upside here and we continue lower. On the other hand, this is kind of a wide opening range, pre-market range developing. This is the 1 minute chart, and I'm showing you the blue lines. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. And yesterday when we came down really big, we kind of right to that weekly green line, we bounced pretty strongly. So it is possible, even though it looks like we're starting a little bit lower today, that we just kind of take out some stops here, never quite reach yesterday's low, and the weekly, turning the weekly chart red, and then we reverse. So it's going to be interesting to really watch opening price action relative to this range. If we break below the opening range, we really have to follow through in order to get this two down day. So keep that in mind. We can fail in any of these and maybe start in the other direction. It looks to me that in order to get any kind of upside action today, you really got to get above this pre-market high, which is kind of near the midpoint of yesterday a little bit. In other words, if we just start up a little bit and don't really break through that line, we're just kind of consolidating inside. And let's see, kind of like yesterday where we consolidated for a while. Well, it was 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. I'm sorry. Where was it? Yeah, 2 days ago where we kind of consolidated for a while all day and then eventually broke out to the upside. So I don't know if we're going to get that. You can see we're kind of going, if you just look at the last 3 days, we've come up and we had a big volatile moment yesterday, and then we're just kind of going sideways inside of that. So any break above here could, fail and head lower. Any break below here could fail and head higher. And it's ultimately going to be, can we get, above these areas? This purple line turns the what is that one again? That's the monthly chart, yeah, which is red at the moment. That turns that green. So if you follow through, we'll see if we can get all the way up there. But for now, it seems like it wants to try to break lower, but we're really gonna have to get confirmation that it sticks and then holds and gets a two down day. And if we can get some kind of opening price action that really gets below yesterday's low, then I'll feel comfortable that things could be really turning back to the downside. Again, I don't love these 4 bars heading up. They don't look strong to me. So at any moment that could happen, but we're just going to have to see. It's also possible you fail. Now that these elections are over, and maybe we fail and we get some strong move upside to continue. But again, finally, this is the 3rd day of the week. So if we can't get any kind of break, one way or the other, we might get an inside week here. So we get a 3-1, and then it'll go into next week to see whether we get a 2 up or a 2 down. 3-1, 2 up, or 3-1, 2 down. If we can't go anywhere, so it's still possible we're staying inside this weekly bar. That's still kind of what I'm trying to figure out for this week, how we're going to get out of this bar, and it's just getting tighter and tighter in different ways. But let's see anyway how things open relative to the blue lines. Let's know that there could be failures on initial breakouts, but opening price action should guide the way into where price really wants to go today.